All right, so the question was, in what ways were you guys biased during the puzzles? Blake, what did you say?
I said that we're biased because whatever the shape that we made looked cool, we thought it'd be right.
And Esther, what did you say?
Because of our past experiences, we thought everything had to be like perfect with like no gaps in it or anything.
I think a lot of people wouldn't want to give them, the other group, the self-satisfaction that they were right, and like that. We just didn't want to tell them that they were right, and then like we were wrong.
What past experience do we have with puzzles? Selena?
When we were a child, they were always picture puzzles, and if you put something in the wrong spot, it look right in the
How else were you biased during the puzzle investigation?
When you did the pyramid viewing, you got the square piece, when they put it together, and then you had someone look over it and put it criticism into it, didn't want it to be wrong in there.
Why did you guys think the second puzzle, like once we added the new piece, was supposed to be a square? Let me ask that again. Why did you guys think that the second puzzle, after we added the small square piece, was supposed to be a square? Brianna?
Because most puzzles are square and rectangles.
Gotcha.
Because that's what our first one was. Because you were giving us the hint that it was supposed to be a square.
How? In what way was I giving you a hint?
Well, you were telling us that our ideas were wrong if they were, or you never said that it was right when our ideas were overlapped or lacked, and so I
Now, hold on a second. You're trying to make me the authority. How did you guys know when your first puzzle was right? What? But why did you think that was right? Because I didn't tell you that was right. Why did you think that was right? Esther?
Because like all the puzzle pieces were connected and like there were no gaps or overlapping or anything.
Okay. How did your investigation change when I added the new piece?
We had to come up with different ways or different strategy to put the pieces in different orders. Like, yeah.
How else did your puzzle project, how else did it change when we added the new piece?
It was more difficult. We couldn't figure out how it would make a square.
We had to rearrange all the pieces to try to make a different shape or another square.
We had to change our thinking and like instead of like just a square, we have to figure out like how to make something like that, adding the extra piece into it.
How do you think that's similar to what real scientists have to deal with? Go ahead.
Because whenever they get new evidence, they might change their idea.
Like they find new evidence or whatever, or have new ideas, and then like another new piece of evidence comes along, and they have to try to figure out how that fits into it, or if it doesn't fit at all into what they already have.
If it doesn't fit at all into what they already have, what do you suppose they have to do? None.
They have to figure out, like, why did they found that piece of evidence there, and then, like, what other ideas does it go to?
How did our culture / society affect what you did with the puzzles?
So, like, nowadays, in America, we expect things to fit inside. I mean, we expect things to, like, fit together.
But I don't understand. Why do you say in America? Okay. How else did our society / culture affect our puzzles? Yeah.
Like in today's world, like everything has to be like perfect, and like they want everything to go like the right way and how they think it should go.
Look around the room. Look at the room itself. The room itself is in a rectangle square shape. Your desks are rectangles. Your books are rectangles or squares. Our city blocks are rectangles and squares. Why do you think a rectangle or a square makes so much sense to us?
So neat, and it's perfect, or not perfect, but it's the way people, it's what people want to see, and yeah.
Because we see it in our everyday lives, like surrounding houses.
None?
Because it's like simple and it's easier sometimes. Because like a square room, it'd be easier to put like cabinets and stuff in instead of like in a circle where you have to like kind of curve it and stuff. And like shaggy items and things around the room just makes it kind of look awkward. And
You say it makes it look awkward, but if you grew up in that environment, you wouldn't think it was awkward at all. The reason we think squares make so much sense is because that's what's used in our society. If you lived in a different society where all they used was circles, you would probably be trying to figure out how to make those into a circle. The square makes sense to us because of our surroundings. That's kind of a weird idea that I want you to keep thinking about. The last thing I want to talk about is how can we relate. One thing I want to mention is I hope you can realize how you had to use your imagination and creativity with the puzzles. But then how could we relate the fact that there's no scientific method to the puzzles? Go ahead.
because like with the puzzles, we can't
Hold up.
have, like we put this. Then you have to put this piece first, and then the second piece, and there's not like a procedure.
Okay. What'd you say, Cole? Oh. All right. That's good. You guys can go.